My name is Shamira Ahmed. I am the Executive Director and founder of the Data Economy Policy Hub, the DEP Hub, and we're based in South Africa, and we conduct transnational research essentially. And the key unique thing about the DEP Hub is that we are the first independent think tank that's founded by an indigenous African woman in South Africa. My project as part of the GRAIN network is on responsible AI for gender equity in Africa's circular economy. And the main objectives of our project is to conduct public policy-oriented gender mapping on the potential of using artificial intelligence to minimize food loss and waste, and essentially enhance the circular economy and move away from a linear economic model where we can have more regenerative economic processes as per the circular economy model. So in most of the industries where there is potential to have a regenerative effect are mostly male dominated, and they are mostly in the formal economy. And in the food loss and waste system, women are often forgotten, and there are a lot of policies that are not gender inclusive or specific to the needs and the marginalization that women face in when you're adopting new technologies and in other food supply chains. So we have a gender sensitive mapping. It's through a gender lens to see what are the exclusion points in food loss and waste, and how are women impacted when you use new technologies such as AI for efficiency and automation and more regenerative processes. We're essentially looking at creating a governance framework for inclusive and just transition through the circular economy model, and leveraging AI to support that just transition to the circular economy in Africa. So far, our research has been based on desk research, and the key issue is that there is limited secondary data at the nexus of the circular economy. There's limited sex disaggregated data. There's also limited data on the use of AI for the circular economy model. So because there's limited data, one of the key objectives of our project is creating primary data. And we're going to collect the data through qualitative data methods, because they allow us to have a richer way of collecting data and creating more contextually relevant and human-centered approach to governance and policy making. We intend to assess the impact of our project by communicating our research findings through various platforms such as global conferences, academic conferences, and other communication channels such as policy briefs and social media. Yes, it's extremely important to use AI for gender equality. AI is not a neutral technology. It exacerbates or creates new challenges based on the structural inequalities in the existing economy. And in sub-Saharan Africa in particular, women are often marginalized and often face multiple exclusions, from the digital divide, access to education, access to economic opportunities, and so on and so forth. So it's important to have policies and governance frameworks to ensure that when we use new technologies, they also are taking into account the realities of women who are marginalized in most of these systems and institutions, and not even thought about when policy decisions are being made. Our research project can be extended and replicated to other sectors because this is experimental research. It's still very groundbreaking, and there's still limited data on the actual use of AI in the circular economy. And we need further research to, for example, create high quality machine readable data to understand the challenges and to inform evidence-based policy. So we can extend the project and we can replicate it in other countries which are intending to use AI for more regenerative economic models such as the circular economy. And we can also use it as an anticipatory governance approach to say that this is a readiness assessment, this is a framework you need, and this is how you should approach governing the use of AI for mitigating food loss and waste. And you also need to consider the gender dimensions or who is impacted in your food supply chain. The few challenges we face is that there is limited data on food loss and waste, the circular economy, using AI, and also the gendered impact of AI and the circular economy in the attempt to transition to more greener industrial processes. So the fact that there is limited data means that there's a need for more machine-readable, high-quality data, and the primary data we are collecting through qualitative methods can supplement some of that, but then we need further funding to extend the research and perhaps even create a readiness assessment framework and even a longitudinal study to have better insight on the effects and inform evidence-based policymaking. So the lack of data at the intersection of the circular economy, food loss and waste, there's limited sex disaggregated data, and the impacts of AI create challenges that make it difficult to inform evidence-based policymaking and essentially ensure that socioeconomic growth is based on the three components of sustainable development, which is human flourishing, environmental stewardship, and economic prosperity for now and for future generations.